I produced porn for 9 years. I was a pastor's son. Absolutely hated the church. You know, I turned to porn because it gave me an opportunity to make a lot of money, plus throw it in the faces of the people, you know, from my past. We would recruit brand new models all the time, and these people would come in and they'd usually be college students or something, but over the course of time, you could just see them change. You know, you could just see the life kind of get sucked out of their eyes. And I'm not saying that that happens in every case, but it happens so often that that you can't escape the fact that lives are being changed for the worse. I was not only hurting the lives of the girls who were modeling for me, but I was hurting the lives of their families. I was hurting the lives of my own family. And actually, toward the end, there's a few things that happened. My little boy told his mom that he knew what I did for a living. And, you know, I tried to act like it was no big deal, but it was a big deal. You know, I have a 7-year-old child who's, well, he was 6 at the time, and he's sitting there saying, yeah, Mommy, I know that Daddy takes pictures of naked people for work. September of 2006, I was driving back along Interstate 5 from Sacramento, where Playboy has an office, production office. And they had just offered us $4,000 a day to shoot a new lesbian series. And I'm ecstatic, you know, that's a lot of money. But at the same time, I'm going through this inner turmoil, and I just thought to myself, you know what, it's got to end now. You know, it's just got to end. And so I basically said, you know what, God, I'm just done with this. This is it. It was 2 weeks later, coming back along Interstate 5 again. And I just said, you know, God, I have all these questions that don't make any sense to me right now about the Bible, about Christianity, but I'm just going to trust you anyway. I gave my life to God that day, and the first thing I did was I called up XXX Church, and I says, I'm out. You know, that's it. I'm done. I just gave my life to God. And the very next day, they had one of their pastors fly out to my house and spend the next 3 days with me, just kind of encouraging me, driving around my area, just looking at stuff. Just, you know, we drove and we talked and we ate and we just basically, you know, bonded, and they were basically saying, look, you know, we're for real. We're not just sitting there saying, great, you're out, you're on your own. You know, some of the most difficult days I've ever had have been since I've become a Christian, but there's never been a desire to go back and start producing again. And despite the bad days that come, they far outweigh, the peace inside now far outweighs anything that I had before. And it gets better every day. I mean, now I'm going through the process of enrolling in seminary. Isn't that weird? I mean, that's crazy. Here's a guy who used to produce porn, and now he's enrolling in seminary, and upon completion, you know, from porn producer to pastor. What is that? You know, what else happened? I mean, that never happens. Well, it does now. I mean, through God, it definitely happens, and through people actually going out there and doing what he says.